Өнөөдөр бид эдгээр мэрэгэн лекцүүдийн нэг болох Франц улсад 2015 оны 7 дугаар сарын 27-нд англи хэл дээр айлдсан хүүхдүүддээ сүнслэг боловсрол эзэмшүүлэх нь лекцийг төлөвлөх усандаа баяртай байна.
Oh, you like my shoe? Okay. Why do we talk so much about that? What was it before? Huh? What was it before? What was it before this? Just now. What led to this?
Won't give you a dog away.
Oh, go give it all away. Okay. So, okay. Yeah, but that was just recently, just a few weeks ago even. I passed by the highway weeks ago. Who want my dog? Why? There's so many dogs in the pound, in the center. There are some sick dogs, but they are old dogs, but there are some baby dogs too, puppies. You can have anything you want. All kind of dogs in there. Even expensive dogs, precious dogs, mixed dogs, normal dogs, white dog, black dog, all kind of rare dogs also. People throw them away. Or maybe they die, the owner died and nobody takes care, so they give them to the center. So, but even, that's just reason, a week or 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, when I passed by in the highway. Okay, and before, when I first have these 5 dogs, I just sit in the coffee shop, have some ice cream with my dog. When they were younger, they can afford it, when they're older, you have to be careful what you give, okay? You have to ask the doctor what is good for them. When they're older, they cannot adapt so quick. When they're young, it's a little ice cream, okay? It's potato chip, what they love, But when they're older, you have to be careful. Their livers, kidneys are not the same anymore. Their heart, everything is not the same, just like us, like us. And then, so we have to be careful, and they can't eat that much anymore like when they were younger. So don't feel hurt when you can't give them too much anymore. That's how you save their life, and you can give a little bit, snacks afterward. That's what I do, okay? Before they jump anything they want, But now, no. So we were eating together, ice cream, one for you, one for me, and everybody like that, and then we eat just some junk, potato chips, stuff like that. Because of vegan, what can you eat in any shop, Coffee is the only real vegan thing in there. Everything else you have to look, okay? Black coffee is vegan. A little sugar, vegan, okay. Everything else I'm not sure. Brown sugar, vegan. White sugar, not even sure. Wasn't sure. Before I was told that they put bone or something in it to whiten the sugar. Yucky, my God. So in that case, we can sell our bone when we die, maybe a few dollars. Before, I made a mistake, I told you nobody would buy our bone, but maybe they do. Well, the sugar company, yuck. Oh my God, so when you eat sugar or something, just check it out. They say they don't do it anymore, but who knows? Yeah? We have so many animals, bone, what do they do with them anymore? Where do they put them? Every year we kill billions of animals. All the bones go where? We don't have that many dogs to eat many bones. You see what I mean? Okay. What was it then? Sorry. What was it, guys? I forgot. I'm too happy. Ice cream. Okay. And then the guy, a good-looking guy with a girlfriend, hand in hand, passed by and said, "Oh, point and goodie. Is that your dog?" I said, "Of course, it's my dog. Can I have it?" I said, "What do you mean?" "My dog. If you want, you go adopt, or I buy you another one. I'm very happy to buy you another one, but I can't give you my dog." "No, I only want this dog. Can I have it?" "Really serious?" I say, "No, my dog." And I imagine in my head, suppose I give my dog away, suppose I give Goody away. And at that time, he wasn't like 18 years with me yet. You see, like these 3 dogs now. Suppose I give him away, then he will feel hurt, And every day probably he tries to look into the gate to see if I'm coming. And how would he feel? His heart, he must be heartbroken or very saddened. And I cry already just to think about that. How can I even keep him away? Of course I can buy another dog, or I can adopt another goodie. There are thousands of them. Looks exactly like them, Dogs are a funny thing. They all look the same. They are the type of dogs that they look the same. Goodie is not the only one who looks like that. If you go into any dog shop or dog pound, you will see thousands or hundreds of goodies, exactly the same. If you put the two goodies together, you won't know which one is what. They're all like twins, Some are bigger, of course, but all the same, like golden brown here, a dot there, and then a golden paw, and then black, and and look silly like that, and then just play alone in the yard happily alone. If he don't bother you, but he would die for you. Any thief, if he see a Rottweiler in your house, he would think 100 times before he come in. Yeah, it is. There is a story like that. Two thieves on the highway want to break into a car and to a truck and to steal something in there, and then they saw a Rottweiler, and then they say to each other, well, "Why on earth I have to deal with this truck where there's a Rottweiler in it?" So they left. And I have a funny experience when I was in America. I have 5 dogs, of course. They were still young, and I take that. Sorry, Lord. I had this cough for a few days. I don't want to suck this and make my face look swollen like a Rottweiler. Okay. No, ugly, already old and ugly. Who want to look at? The video has to sell you. So, what was it? Pardon. What was it?
Goodie. No, maybe the USA.
America. Yeah, I was in America. And I have a big Jeep, And wherever I went, I took my dogs with me, And then we were loaded, the 5 dogs and 1 driver and me and another car behind. And we were kind of, probably was illegal in some part of the street that we didn't know. Probably in that street you shouldn't drive so fast. It's a street, it's not a highway yet. So the police were coming after me. The police with a car go next to my car, and he was going to push the people. What is that? The alarm. He was going to sound the alarm for me to stop, and then he looked in the car. He saw the Rottweiler, so he don't do it. So he just go away. And 2 police actually. He was looking, and then one of the big people tell me to stop. So the hand just come up, and then he saw $5. Oh, forget it. Rather forsake the ticket than to get bitten by one of them, especially the Rottweiler. They look at the Rottweiler, and, they back off. So they just disappear. Another thing is very funny. Sometimes I live in a house, I don't always live in tents and huts and cave. It depends on where I go, If sometimes I don't have a tent at all. I wanted to, but I don't have, then I just have to live in a house for a while or something or whatever, or it's just temporary or permanent, it depends, If it's more spiritual in the house, more spiritual energy, a connection in the house, then I stay in the house to profit. If it's not, then I leave it like a hot potatoes, because I prefer outdoor, In the house, I'm bored. In the garden or big mountain, a river, I feel life is more interesting, I look at this tree, that tree, I look at that flower, I feel it's more lively than in the house. If you put me in the house, I'm probably too bored. And either I read book all day or I watch television all night because I don't know what else to do with myself. If I have no garden to run around or not big garden enough or not enough variety in the garden, then I'm bored, you know. So with some time I live in the house, dogs in there, on beds. The whole room full of dogs. Each one have a bed. And blanket and all that, of course. Why do I talk like this? What was it? Huh?
Dogs.
Dogs are okay. He's afraid of dogs because, and then knock at the door and say, oh, wait a minute. With Zolo, you know he's big. You haven't seen him, huh? He's like a horse. You know, he stands taller than the table. Anyway, but later on, Zolo escaped because it's a low gate. You know, normally I don't let him in the garden except when he go out, you know, for a walk and things like that for 1 or 2 hours, and then we bring him in. And we don't lock gate, nothing, no need. Because other dogs will get in well at that time. In the beginning, not. He and Harley are arch enemies from probably 1,000 years. But later on I trained both of them, okay, so we don't lock or anything. It's just sometimes in the house and when I don't want them to step on each other, so I have to separate them into different rooms. You see, with just like a clear gate so they can see each other, yeah? And short so that all the air will be circulate everywhere, just that they don't step on each other because some are too big, some too small. You see what I mean? But when they go out, they all buddies, hang out together, no problem. So I put him in the backyard. I didn't think anything. But later he escaped. He come in, and I was so scared because he used to be very, very fierce to every human before. And then he even beat me when he first came. Accidentally, I guess, because I was trying to play with his bone. Oh, his bone, the dog's bone you don't play with. I forgot. He knew, you know, first day. So he bit my finger, but it's not too much. Later he even beat me here. My hand was broken. 1 year it took to heal. That was accident. But the finger, it was because of the bone. First day he first came. Okay, any dog who bite or kill a person, he will die too. Mostly if you beat person very seriously, then they shoot the dog. They will, or they will put injection, make him die. They won't let the dog. So that's why I always keep them away from people. When we go out, we keep the leash very short, because you never know. Sometimes there's enemy in the form of life, in the form of human and dog now, never know. And the dog knows and we don't know, see? So I always keep them away from people and from all the dogs, because you never know. You never know. Safety number one. Eh? Because I protect my dogs. I don't want them to bite any person, in case if they bite, then they will die, no? Understand? Then they will shoot him. Or they take them away from me. So I protect my dogs also. Not just other people. Yeah, even my dogs never bite anybody or never bite other dogs, but I protect my dogs. In case they do bite by accident or something, I provoked by other dogs. Because when the dogs provoke another dog, they don't talk like us. They don't call names like us. They do it inside. You know, they talk to each other inside. And then they might go at each other and then we never know. So if you have dogs, you protect them. You keep short, very short leash when you go out. And if a big dog, you put a muzzle on him, just to be sure. Anyway, it's a law in Europe now that if you have a big dog, like Rottweiler, for example, then you must muzzle him. They don't very seriously control that, but it's a law. It is the official law. So like when big dogs go out, I put muzzle on them. I hate it so much, but I do it. Because you never know, yeah? Safety. Because there are also instances that some dogs normally very friendly to everybody suddenly go after somebody, just one person. It happens, yeah? Because maybe that day, I don't know, they fed them something funny or Maybe they had too many injections on him and he became crazy. Understand? Or that person has something that provoke him. You understand? Or former life enemy, you see? Bad enemy in bad reincarnation, past reincarnation, you never know. So always keep your dog leash very short. You can always control him. You know, when nobody, then of course you let him run. It's better that way. Better that way. Otherwise, you endanger the dog and the other person or the other dog. Okay. All right. Now, promise the insect. The insect first. The insect. One day, because my friend doctor, he told me the insect don't feel pain. I said, oh, I don't know. How do you know? You're not the insect. Because so I told him the insect, the encounter with the insect story. You know, I saw one insect about this long, You probably see them. There are plenty in summer, with the greenish, transparent wing. It looks between like mosquitoes and the fly and the grasshopper, or the praying mantis. You know, the praying mantis is not a grasshopper. The one that look like the tree twig, and when they land on the tree, you don't even know because it look like a little twig of the tree. Yeah, they can blend in. Yeah, very thin. And this insect is bad. After they have love with the husband, they eat him, the female. I guess he didn't know. Huh? The male mantis didn't know. That's the one who eat the male, right? Do you know? No. Okay. Now, it looked like that kind of mixture. And I was cooking something, preparing something, and cooking some hot water, because the rainwater, and then I bought it, and the insect was landing next to nearby, you know, on the table there. So I tried to shoo him away. I'm worried he will die. I said, go away, it's dangerous. And he didn't go away. He's very small, but the face is long like a horse, and the neck also long and thin, and you know, this is very cute. So he don't go away. He puff himself up kind of like those, I don't know, like what? Like when you're angry with your husband, huh? Okay. And he look at me like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with me? Why I do that? And he don't go. It's to sit there and preening himself, and grooming himself, like, you know, like cat. They lick their hands and then put on their face. My God, so tiny insect. And grooming. Oh, 10 minutes long. And then first the face, and then the head, and then the body, and then again, you know, lick, and using the saliva like the cat, and then grooming all the while I'm there preparing my thing. You don't care. And it's so deep, so, you know, like so defiant, you know. Yeah. It's okay. You're welcome to stay, but don't go too near that yellow pot. Huh? You will not live to know the next female that you meet. And then he left. He probably understood. But the flies understood. Many times I said, tell the fly, you're too high, I cannot get you. You have to go down to my level, onto the glass door or some curtain that I can see you, so that I can rescue you and take you up. Then they come down. Huh? They do? You have experience? What? You say they do? Oh no, I thought you have the same experience. I know about the fly and the bee. Very good. You know, because before I left, I don't put water in a big bucket like that. You know, those garbage bucket, very tall and wide. Because I reckon, I don't know if I come back until the next rainy season for them, you see? So when rainy season, then they will have water nearby For the boy, it's easier to go to the laundry area. I told you before, the old-fashioned laundry stream, Thanh Hải. But for the bees, it's too far for them. So they rely on that stream, which they make into the tap water, but the stream all dry up. So it's too far for them to go. They probably would die. I worry. It's so hot in the mountain. So before I left, I left many little buckets, as many as I have, and many floating boats on the water, you know, so the bees can stand on that and drink water safely. But before that, I trained already. I guess one tell the other, the three tell the other. Before that, I put water in the dog's bowl. And I put also this floating wood bark on top. So at first they don't know, they just stay on the edge, and sometimes they fell down. But sometimes some are older, they know it, they balance on the water while they're drinking. They put their feet in water and they think their wings don't get wet. Oh, that was wonderful. I was thinking he's drowning, but no. When I come here, he flow away. So he just stand on water to drink. But still, some are drowning. Some are getting into water and cannot get up. If the wing get wet, then they can't get up. So after I know that, I cannot always be there to fish them out, you know. So I put these floating stuff. In the dog bowl, I put a smaller one, put it in a big bucket, because I find a big one, you know, as big as this. Yeah, so even 10 bees can stand around, you know, and drink. So I train them already. At first they run, and look, and I don't know what, and I go at the end, I say, no, go in the middle, center. And then they look at me, and then I go, right in the center. Wow, really good. And I try with the other bees, same thing. At first they don't understand, but later on they understand. If you really concentrate and tell them, they understood. Yeah, wow, I was so happy. Bees are so obedient. Better than my dog. Okay, that's it. That insect is really cute thing. It really teach me a lesson. But I don't think he don't understand, you know. He was so defiant. What's wrong with you, like? You know? And then he don't go away. He just sit there and doing, you know, mind his own business. And I'm doing my stuff, but I move a little bit far away, you know. If he doesn't move, I have to. A little bit more inconvenient, you know, into the other area. But he made such a big impression on me. I never imagined an insect like that. Grooming, and then grooming all over. And grooming body and leg, you know, hand, yeah, and the wing, you know, the wing merchant. Oh my God, he just sit there forever and grooming himself. Probably having a date, you know, in the evening or something. Getting ready, you know, at his age, I'm sure. Sure, having already conversation on the phone, waiting somewhere, meet in a restaurant somewhere, you know. Big flower restaurant. In the mountain, a lot of flowers. And they're beautiful nectars for the bees. Some just small bush like this, and the whole bush is just flowers. Yellow flowers, so beautiful. Even in such condition, like bloom and bloom and bloom, so beautiful. Oh my God. I took some picture, but I don't know where I put it. I didn't take it with me. My car was full with luggage for the 2 assistants and my luggage. Mostly it's for work. My clothes I didn't bring here. You know, everywhere I have some simple clothes. Only here they buy all this for me. So if I have it, I wear it. I told you already before, no? Otherwise, I don't. If I bring clothes as well, then we have to hire maybe an airplane. All these, you know, shoes and clothes to play theater with you. Then probably an airplane. Before I even need to take camera with me everywhere I go. Because I used to do it myself. You know, you don't know it. Oh, my life is strange. Before, when we still have the Supreme Master television, and I have some weekly program cooking and all that. Oh, you don't know. And I have to bring camera with me. because I photograph myself, I videotape myself. That's why you don't see many angles, yeah? And then when some people, if I invite people, then I be the cameraman. Otherwise, you only see me in my half face or something, or close up. I cannot always do so flexible, like if some professional cameraman just standing there and do it. You see what I mean? Just 1 or 2 angles, just so that you can see what I'm doing. Only. Yeah, that's why, because I did many times myself. I can't just bring cameramen with me. They're not always around. And I don't have enough space. I don't have enough time to warning, to prepare everything. No. I just wear a pair of clothes or whatever I can buy on the street. That's why sometimes you see me wearing clothes. It's not so good looking or cheap or something, but I have no choice. Like sometimes I don't want to wear that red shirt or in some of the teleconference, but I had to. I had no other shirt to wear. Yeah? Or sometimes something don't look like a shirt, look a little bit like underwear or like an undershirt or something, but I had no other with me at that time. And I had to do it that day. I had to send it at that hour to SMTV so that they on time, understand? Or send it before for the conference, etc. And I had to do it in hotel. I had to cook in the hotel and record it in the hotel, all by myself. Sometimes if somebody there know how to, then help me, but otherwise I do it all by myself. And in some different circumstances, I have to do it for the program. You see what I mean? So I can't just have everything. Because I can't just have the whole convoy bringing all my theater spiritual equipment like high heel and all that, So, and sometimes I have to do it in the storage or something, small storage of disciples. I don't want to bother them, so I stay in their storeroom. And their storeroom are, of course, full of things. So I have to have just a small corner and put everything away, one corner. And I do it there, and then sleep there. They want to give their room for me, but I don't want. Of course I don't want. Because they have to work in the morning and all day. If they give their room for me, then they don't sleep comfortably, in a strange area, strange bed, or strange sofa or something. So I'm okay. Easy. So in different situations, understand? Therefore, and it was so hot. It was so hot that I had to keep changing clothes. It was so hot. Because the light, sometimes they don't use this cool light, they use hot light. Because we are on the road, we cannot always have everything. Whatever we have to take with us. Or whatever we can buy, then we have to accept it. And if it's winter, in a small room, it's hot. But I have to say that I appreciate some of their system, Now they're not here. Some monks, or they really are very patient with me in this kind of situation. Sometimes we don't have room like this. I have a small trailer, caravan. And caravan room very small and tiny and narrow. And they have to kneel there, they cram their legs together so that they can stand in front of all this computer and whatever they do for hours on end. I have to really appreciate it. Afterward, I thank them, of course. I give them something. Or I cook for them, But that's nothing compared to the sacrifice they make, cramping themselves like that, I'm kneeling there because there's no room. No room for computer, and camera has to be a little distance for me, you understand? Therefore, they don't have room behind them. So they cramp. And I push myself all the way to the end of the room already, and they push themselves all the way to the end, but we have equipment, you see? They have to control the computer and all that stuff. There are things that we have to do. Okay, I don't know if we still read the story. You're not sleepy? 5 o'clock? I was very sleepy before. Yeah, I tell my doorkeeper, I threaten him, I say, 10 more minutes, I sleep, and you won't be able to wake me up. But I was so sleepy. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Normally, I was thinking to do it tomorrow, you know? Like, I take a rest first because I came late already, and it's late, I didn't want to wake you up, and because I don't dare to call on the phone say I'm coming and all that. You see? So I have to go when I have to go, and I come when I come. That's why my house, my little house, I didn't clean. Not the big house, the small house. I don't live in the big house. The big house is like a wardrobe. Hanging, you know, spiritual weapons, like this kind of thing, yeah, and all the stuff. I stay in the hut behind, yeah. They didn't clean it, but I think they couldn't believe that it's my house. That's why they know it's my house, but they couldn't imagine it's true, so they didn't clean it. Nothing at all. I just want to take a little stretch, you know, before I come out, and then maybe we do it in the morning or tomorrow, but then I didn't do it, so I have nowhere to stretch. I don't want to stretch in a good bed upstairs, and then they have to clean the whole big bed, because upstairs is a big bed. Wow. It's a king-size bed. And if I mess it up, then they have to, and then I don't use it again, and they have to clean, and then whoever clean, you know, have to take all the bed out and wash it again and put it back in order again in case I use it in the next 10,000 years or something. So I don't want to mess up that big bed and beautiful bed. You see, I just want my little hut bed, you know, the one that they nail a piece of wood on some of the wood piece, yeah. They saw it and then put big wood on it. Then it's a bed, yeah. The reason I wanted a bed, I didn't have to, but I needed an even high bed. According to Buddhism, you shouldn't sit on a high bed. But I needed it for my dogs in there. She's so big and fat before. They're so small, I didn't. She also wanted to come in. I said, no, up. Hardly, they're all nice. Not all the time, but they love to hide. It's their nature. In the nature, they hide in the cave and the small area, if you're secure. So that's why I have to always buy those small hut for them, because they like it to go in there. They don't have to, but whenever they want to sleep, then they all go inside. Even hot weather. And then again, I have to have aircon because it's too hot in there, you know, in the hut. Winter is good, but summer is hot. And they panic, but they like to be in there. So we have to have aircon, you see. So one thing leads to another. Dogs are expensive, I tell you. Why dog again? Yeah. They probably didn't think that is really my house, because the hut is only, I don't know, 1 meter 20, 1 meter 50 or something. 1 meter. I can stretch the whole thing and a little bit more, so that probably 1 meter 70, yeah, and very narrow. So they probably, and it looks not luxury or anything, you know, not even a real bed. So they just put all the blanket and pillow in a plastic bag and just protect them there. And when I come home, I see everything on my bed except a room for me to lay down. Yeah. So probably they didn't think that it's really my bed, you know, my room. It is really my room, my house, okay? And not a big bed, because they said, well, what's the point? There's a big bed upstairs, you know, big sofa downstairs, aircon, big room, bathroom next door. Oh, why must I go there, the small hut with the homemade toilet and shower? They probably couldn't imagine. Understand? That's why I didn't scold them. I wanted to, but I thought, oh, probably they couldn't imagine They know, but knowing but realizing is different thing. You know what I mean? Like knowing that you are Buddha, but realizing you're Buddha is a different thing. So I didn't scold them. I said, well, I'm very disappointed. And why nobody cleaned my house? That's it. And then I had to go up, you know, do my thing. I have to shower myself, make myself clean and lovely, to present myself, this product to you. The finished product. Not too bad, huh? Yeah, life is great, we make it colorful. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, maybe we go rest up, and then, yeah, I feel happier now. My house is clean, so I feel better mood, so maybe I stay a little while, and tomorrow I read it to you, okay, huh? Yeah, you need to take a rest. Breakfast time anyway soon, right? Huh? More or less, no? Yeah, you cramp, no? You sit all day and all night already. We go, okay? Yeah. I need to change to another pair of clothes anyway. So many clothes. Oh God. Today, when I came back from nothing to face so many things, it's a completely opposite things, you know? And I was thinking to myself, am I happier here or was I happier there? I thought I'm happier there. More simple. You don't have to look which one match what, you know? And you don't have to throw color on your face just to match. Huh? What is it? Butterfly? What? What was it up there? What? I'm asking you guys, and you're just doing that. Huh?
Mosquito.
Oh.
Mosquitoes.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, fly too. Okay, later you open door window, let them come out, huh? Okay. If there's no light in here and light outside, they always go out. That's why at home, if you don't have to turn on the light so early, then you open all window and door in the evening. When it's still bright outside, and then all the mosquitoes will go out. And then after, especially when there's light outside, even later on, if there's some light outside on your terrace, they'll go out too. Yeah, and then you close the door or curtain, no mosquito, no insects stay inside. If it's inside dark, outside bright, even especially, all go out. Yeah. Okay, ciao. See you maybe later. If not, maybe another time. I don't know. Okay? Yeah. I was thinking it's a small group I can handle. Yeah, I can deal with you. It doesn't matter. Of course, if more people here, they'll be happier. They'll be happy to see me. Yeah? But otherwise, they can see me later. You know, we make video, and they can always download it on the internet. Yeah, all the things we upload on the internet, you can download them, print them out, or make a new copy for yourself, free. Okay? So I don't have to rent a storeroom. I don't have to pay for electricity, water to make it. I don't have to pay more personnel to make it. And then it costs something for you. Understand? When you're old, when you go bend down, you can't. If you bend down, you don't go back up again. Okay. Ciao. Ciao, ciao, love. You come up and down, you have to, if you come up and down the staircase at home or here, you hold onto the rail, okay? Because I fell down. Lucky I didn't die. 20,000 people died in Japan alone every year because of staircase. Understand? Hey, good morning, not good night. Okay, see you later, huh? Maybe, huh? You pray, huh? What? Oh, okay, don't worry. I can't go fast. Don't worry, I will go slow. Yeah, no problem. I learned my lesson. I wasn't uncareful or anything, it was just distracted. I was trying to to go open the gate quick for the dog, and I missed the step. Okay. Just hold on to the rail, all right?
Okay.
When you go up or go down, just to make sure.